Magic Man reappeared, and with Pavel Datsyuk's return Thursday, the Red Wings skated away with a 3-1 victory in South Florida. Tonight, Datsyuk and the Red Wings looked ahead to the Olympic break on a high note, lighting the lamp over the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's another chance for Detroit to continue the climb in the Atlantic Division. And your last Red Wings game for 18 straight days begins right now on Fox Sports Detroit Plus. And we're at the Tampa Bay Times Forum. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, Trevor Thompson, and our Fox Sports Detroit Plus crew with you. And this is a sold-out crowd here tonight, not a seat to be had. Our goaltenders are brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Jimmy Howard has only played in one of the three with Tampa, made 31 saves in a 3-2 overtime loss at the Joe back in early November. His last 4 starts, he's picked up 7 of a possible 8 points. He's been terrific. And there's the league's tallest netminder, 4th in wins with 27. He's Ben Bishop, who didn't come out for the 3rd period in their last game Thursday in a loss to Toronto. 2 of the last 4 starts he hasn't finished, and he was questionable as of this morning. Seems to be a right arm injury, but they need this win badly, and with the other netminders rookies, they figured we better go with him. And he'll be facing Henrik Zetterberg, having a chat with Dan O'Halloran before the game tonight, the Brighton, Michigan native, who will work the game along with Gord Dwyer. Henrik Zetterberg starts in the middle for his familiar mates, as Mick spoke of in our open, Gustav Nyquist and Justin Abdelkader, with Eriksson and Kronwall on the back end. As Nyquist knocks the puck down at center, out there against Killorn, Tyler Johnson, along with number 18, Andre Palat. And a very good unit for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Long stretch pass to Abdelkader, in around Gudas, cutting to the goal. Keeps control, another shot back in that was stopped. Another try by Zetterberg as Killorn tapped one past Eriksson, but look at Abdelkader get over to cover up. Nyquist gets belted in the corner, and then Abdelkader finished his check on Killorn. As the Lightning now able to move it, turning at center is Matthew Carle. The veteran defenseman takes a look up through center. Sheahan able to knock that puck down. And the Red Wings and Lightning familiar with one another, more from the American Hockey League, most of these guys in the NHL. As Sheahan's shot sailed wide of the goal. And we'll get a face-off coming up.
Travel conditions are a little different from the AHL to the NHL, and your banker's a little different for all these guys. As Mike Babcock, with Pavel Datsyuk coming back and had that young line on the ice right now going so well, Yurko, Sheahan, Tatar, didn't want to upset them. With the number 1 line that we talked about on the open, they're going great. 14, 40, and 8, they're going good. Why not leave them alone? So he didn't want to disrupt those, even with Pavel coming back.
The first NHL shift for Vladdy Namestnikov, and he got tossed out of the face-off circle right off the bat. Unable to go is Father John, a former National Hockey Leaguer. Sheahan turns back in the corner. Check there by number 23, J.T. Brown. Moved ahead, and Namestnikov played one back and brought to center by Eric Brewer. Back forward, Namestnikov. He gets checked as Tatar tried to get it out. Knocked away by Howard. Brown put it back in front that Howard got a piece of to the line for Eric Brewer. Off to number 86, Nikita Kucherov. That's knocked away from him. And he's got good speed. Kucherov. Tatar brings it in. It was the Grand Rapids Griffins who beat the Syracuse Crunch to win the American Hockey League title last year. And so many in this game were in that 6-game series won by the Griffins. Knocked down inside the line by Teddy Purcell. St. Louis with a try goes off a leg into the corner. Tom Pyatt, the other forward on this line. Here comes Helm to center. He's got Alfredson to the right. Pavel Datsyuk in behind on the left. As Helm waited too long to get that shot off. Played around by Sammy Salo. Now to the near boards, racing over to get it. Helm got there first, beating St. Louis to the puck. Teddy Purcell first there for the Lightning. Purcell had the overtime winning goal against Detroit earlier this season. Pass by St. Louis in for Victor Hedman. Finds Swedish defenseman number 77, who amazingly enough is not going to the Olympics to Sochi with Team Sweden. Even the Red Wing Swedes today said they were shocked at his not being picked for the team. Long pass by Lashoff. It's tipped through as Drew Miller goes up after it. Ben Bishop able to play it. Moves the puck well in back of the goal there. For Miller, got taken off the puck by Nate Thompson. Thompson carries ahead for the Lightning to center. Tampa Bay's lost their past 2 games and have scored just 3 regulation goals their past 3. So now you take Valtteri Filppula out of the lineup to go along with Steven Stamkos, who was hoping to return for this game. Actually, word was that he was really hoping to return against Toronto on Thursday, but wanted to keep that quiet so as not to have the media hounding him. But then, as it turns out, with tests, he couldn't play anyway. And he's out for the Olympics as Tampa is called on the offside at the Detroit blue line.
Well, none of these guys, Ken, are going to the Olympics, but the names of Dvorsky, Kovalchuk, Greg Dvorsky, Kovalchuk, Sutherland, Lego, Peel, Walsh, and McKelman are all going over. 7 referees and we understand 6 linesmen from the NHL among 28 officials that will partake in all the hockey over there. I don't know if they'd be doing the girls' games or not, but
so no name of Campella there?
Who?
Campella?
Well, you're going back with that one.
72.
Was that Joseph? Joseph Campella that J.P. Parise wanted to behead?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't think so.
Okay. Just want to be sure.
So. He couldn't get a ticket. Anyway, congratulations to those guys. I think congratulations.
Oh, it'll be a great experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Hedman worked it past his countryman. There was Abdelkader again to cover up. Nyquist goes into the corner with Salo. Salo will be heading over to Sochi as that shot by Abdelkader was stopped by Bishop. As Salo has it, he'll be playing for Team Finland. Victor Hedman goes off the stick of Killorn into the corner. Alex Killorn, 13 goals and 32 points for number 17 in blue. Abdelkader has 3 goals and 4 points the past 3 games. Finishes his check. It's the second one he's labeled tonight. Lashoff knocked it down at center. Yurko got in front of his man, but carried in deep there by Nemesnikov. Back to the point. Good save. Another one. All 3 for Jimmy Howard. The last 2 on J.T. Brown.
Too close to get it up.
Fired in by Yurko. In there against Barbarian. Good takeaway by Tatar.
Let's go, Bolts. Go there. Red Wing jerseys everywhere in this building.
Couldn't get a ticket here tonight.
Honest to God.
With a shoehorn, they jammed him in here.
Yeah.
Stolen by Detroit. Alfredson turning around and shooting one. And he likes to play the Lightning, does Alfredson, at 7 points here in a game back in January of 08. 3 goals and 4 assists. And yet as a Red Wing in 3 meetings with the Lightning, not a point yet. Maybe he's overdue now. Helm looks in front for Alfredson and just off his skate.
Here come the Red Wing.
All fair is love and war. Point shot wide. Helm, oh, and he jammed it off the post. Jumps off the outside of the left post for Helm. Off the ricochet off the backboard. Both teams in the midst of changing here as Barbario dumped it in. Dangerous pass by Cronwall. This will be icing against Detroit, but they just had a change. So no harm there.
Well, a couple of whacks at it. Way too tight by Brown to get the puck over the pad of Jimmy Howard, and then the one-timer by Eriksson, and Helm couldn't quite find the handle to the right of Ben Bishop, but good pressure by Detroit here early in this first period has created problems for Tampa Bay coming out of their own zone.
Hyatt, St. Louis, and Purcell for the Lightning. The Red Wings have Anderson going up there along with Glendening. Glendening, the only Red Wing without a goal this season. Still in search of number 1 in the National Hockey League, and he's had some great chances lately. He interfered with and knocked down was Miller. As the Red Wings go with the same lineup tonight that they won with in Sunrise, Florida. Purcell with a shot. Knocked away. And DeKeyser was checked. Teddy Purcell's got it again. Anderson's on him. Came loose in the middle for Drew Miller, knocked it aside. Glendening skates it out to center. And he saw a hit coming from Ratko Gudas, the rookie who leads all NHL rookies in hits and penalty minutes. Number 7 in the Lightning sweater. And he's the one who concussed Johan Franzen, and this will be icing. Franzen was back for a game and hasn't been the same since, and hopefully after the break he'll be okay. Now time for the McDonald's Fun Fact. Game number 6,000 in franchise history for the Red Wings, and Chicago and the New York Rangers already hit the mark this week. So the Red Wings, the last of the original 6 to play game 6,000 over 87 wonderful years of this franchise.
61 playoff appearances. 22 straight.
And the Red Wings will play road game 3,000 at Montreal on February 26th.
Great place for that.
Yes. Abdelkader carries through. Brendan Smith on the backhand. And the birthday boy, Brendan Smith, celebrating birthday number 25 today with an opportunity there. So look who's in the crowd. Mix up here with me, and your fans are taking in this one. We're back in a moment. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Times Forum, and let's bring you our local Toyota dealers scouting report on the Redmond brothers. I know you saw Brother Dick down when we were in Sunrise. You had a few pops with Dick, came to see you.
Now he's got the great golf shot instead of the slap shot. He had a dandy playing for the Bruins in mainly Chicago. They had these great years over with Tony O and all the gang in Chicago. 5th overall, that's pretty good. That was the first year of the draft, by the way. And in those days, the Quebec Montreal Canadiens got the first 2 players out of Quebec before anybody else could start drafting. It was Tardif and Houle, and then they went after that. But that finally ended. Sam Pollock had Christmas in July for a long time.
Yes. And then he made deals with bought off by Bishop.
So Dick didn't have to deal with the C form for $200 like we did.
Cronwall, that went off the skate of Pyatt to the corner. Red Wings with control here. Centering one. It's still loose. Grabbed by Carl. Nyquist tried to play one back for Eriksson that was intercepted. Look at Nyquist hustle back.
Working both ends. He's watching number 40 and number 13 when he's healthy.
Good guys to learn from.
Yeah.
Eriksson plays one back. Sheahan circles, takes the pass. Killorn went down. Sheahan with speed, in with Tatar, and Yurko to the goal. And it bounced off a stick. Sheahan hustles over to prevent the Lightning from getting out. Here's Yurko. Stick lifted.
Yeah.
Sheahan whacked at by Johnson and then by Brewer. Giving it back to Tatar. Line pass to the line for DeKeyser. Bishop blocked that.
Look at these kids working.
Sheahan's got it again. Back to DeKeyser. Tatar got open, then had a shot blocked. Now has to play defense a little bit. As the Lightning carry back in. Palat to the goal. And the Red Wings will take over. Lead pass for Helm. Working one-on-one with Barberio. Helm will send one in behind where Alfredsson goes in there along with Hedman. Now Helm over to get it. Chip one back to the line to Brendan Smith, and a shot went high over top of Bishop.
He looks a little bit awkward in the net, Ken, so far.
Well, he's allowed only more than 2 goals, only 5 times his past 26 starts.
He's got a great first 2/3.
Didn't wind up with Team USA. Nice move there by Brown. Right in, Howard. Good save.
That's a big save. Given the situation, Detroit's been all over Tampa Bay, and they get one chance.
Brown to the line to Hedman. Change direction. Wow. And what a stop. A circus catch by Jimmy Howard.
Wow. Wow. That baby was redirected right in the high slot. And did he ever get after that one? That's back-to-back dandies by Jim Howard when his team is, even though the shots are even, Detroit Territorial has had a much better 10 minutes than Tampa Bay. And this one, Datsyuk gets his pocket picked, and what a move Brown lays on Brian Lashoff. Holy smoke.
Well, Jimmy Howard's allowed just 1 goal against his past 2 games on 40 shots that he's faced. Remember, he came in relief for Gustafsson as they shared the shutout. And in his career, he's 3-0-1 against Tampa Bay with a .945 save percentage.
Well, they could use that tonight. They've lost 3 out of 3 against Tampa Bay so far this year, and that play there by Brown on Lashoff is what happens. Brian got caught watching the puck and not playing the body.
Yeah, this is the 4th of 5 meetings with the Lightning and 2nd of 2 here. As you say, Tampa's won all 3, 1 in regulation, the last one, 1 in overtime, and 1 in a shootout.
Red Wings have only scored 3 goals in those 3 games. Nice stick, accidental. 2 at least. Cronwall will go with a stick up on Crombeen. First power play of the hockey game goes to the home team. Yeah, that stick climbed up the other stick, and he got hooked just before he went to shoot the puck off the boards. And Cornwall hopes it'll be a 2-minute rest.
Well, in the previous 3 games in this series, neither team has had a power play goal. Tampa's 0 for 10 on theirs against Detroit. So first man advantage of this game. Johnson fed one back to the line to Hedman, down low for St. Louis. It was a left-hand shot, but plays the right side. Mike Babcock will be watching that a bit tonight. Helm plays one around Hedman just to see if St. Louis, the late call to the Olympics, plays with Crosby and Kunitz. We'll see. Palat goes in. Check there by Quincy. St. Louis centered one, but Helm is there for Detroit, and down the ice it goes. Ben Bishop tees it up for Hedman. The 2nd overall pick in 09. 36 points for the defenseman, 5th among the NHL defenders in goals with 11. Hedman tied for 8th in points with Nick Cronwall among all NHL defensemen. 2 fine Swedes right there. High slot, shot blocked. Another one saved by Howard. Anderson gets it down the ice. Carl's there. Moved it past Glendening, who go off for a change now. And in that change, coming in with speed and a shot stopped as Malone let it go. Just as the Red Wings were changing shorthanded. Kucherov went back to the line with it. Here's Salo, who's got a rocket back there. In for Killorn. Here to Carl. Shot came ricocheted right out in front. And patience there by Detroit. Last shot to Quincy and down the ice.
Nice job by Kyle Quincy. Boy, has he ever been good the last month or so. Really bearing down on his own zone, laying the lumber and the body on people, making them pay a price in front of Jimmy Howard or Gustafsson.
A good time to be playing well, an unrestricted free agent end of the season. Blocked there by Zetterberg. Cronwall out of the box, so the Red Wings at full strength. Lightning 0 for 1 on their man advantage. Cronwall's got the puck and perfect feed to Zetterberg. He'll send a bouncer into the Lightning zone and back out at center, and Palat couldn't pick it up. So the Red Wings here will regroup back at full strength. Detroit's won their last 2 outings, and both in regulation. First time they've done that since the end of November and early December, in a spell when they'd won 4 in a row in regulation.
Well, nice. You've taken 14 out of 20 points. You're doing something right.
Right.
And they chose a good time to get it back together. They couldn't win at home for a while. They fixed that briefly anyway, and they've continued to play well on the road.
10 of a possible 12 points the past half dozen games to climb within 5 of the team they're playing tonight. So that's how big this game is. Each team wants not just the points, but that win going into the break to feel good about themselves.
Two weeks ago,
off the side of the post by Brown.
14 points Tampa Bay was up on Detroit.
As we showed you the numbers in our open, with Boston winning big this afternoon over Ottawa. Big games to watch. Vancouver at Toronto, the Devils at Washington, and Montreal at Carolina. All with an effect on Detroit tonight. Going down and fanning on it was Quincy. Helm gives him the puck back to try it again. There's a shot that's tipped over top of the goal. Nate Thompson for the Lightning. Couldn't get it past. As Helm able to skip it back. That hit Malone and taken away by Tatar. And then it hit Tatar on the outlet try as Alfredson was moving in.
So it's really been putting good pressure on Tampa Bay.
who are in the midst of a change now as it's brought back down, and a long shot by Quincy will be held for a face-off by Bishop. We'll return in a moment. Goalless first period in Tampa Bay.
Well, Valtteri Filppula will not dress tonight, and he will not go to the Olympics, and this is why. He may have banged that ankle up a little bit there. He's not sure. He got hit by a shot after this on his way off the ice, right there, but it's his right foot. That one caught his left foot, so I think he did the damage when he fell down. He told me tonight when I ran into him, with the other three guys, Lee, Lindback, and Stamkos, of course, also out, he said, I felt I got hit, and then I took a step, and when I took that step, I felt something pop. But he was walking. He said, I can put weight on my foot, but I can't twist and turn. So it isn't as bad as it could be. He said 2 to 3 weeks, so that's good news. But
20 goals and 41 points in 56 games for him. Oh, and right in the crease and cleared away. Bishop didn't know where that shot was off the side.
He's been a bit awkward tonight, Bishop.
And again, they weren't sure. They were almost going to dress 3 goalies for warm-up. They really weren't sure who was going to go, and Bishop was watching this morning. It was thought to be Cedric Desjardins, but Bishop's in. Here's Helm, pulled it back, and slid to the corner. And their backup netminder tonight has never played a game in the NHL, Kristers Gudlevskis. And he'll be playing for Latvia. Here's a move by Datsuk at the Olympics. Datsuk finished his check. Tries to get to that puck and a lift of a stick. Killorn for Tampa into the Red Wing zone.
That one goes off. He only played about 13 and a half minutes the other night. Didn't get involved physically because of that leg. And that's a smart thing to do. A little more physicality in that shift. So they look for that to increase as this game goes on. He's got a lot of pressure on him going over to home country to be the captain of the Russian team. He's very proud to be picked for that.
And I hear the Russian team, the hockey team, will enjoy their accommodations.
Yes, they will. They're going to stay until on a cruise ship.
Nice. Less in front of the goal, Nyquist! Couldn't bury that on Bishop.
Yeah, that's the word, that they're not going to be in the Olympic Village. They'll have their own village. I get their home ice advantage, eh? Some Russian billionaire apparently leased or rented the cruise ship. I can't believe that you're not on the guest list.
I know. Canada and the U.S. must be hoping they all get seasick. I don't know. Pyatt got hit. St. Louis to the line to Gudas. The rookie got it through to Pyatt. Shot got blocked. And then Zetterberg tied him up, and that allowed Quincy to get it over. And Nyquist sends it in the rest of the way, and the Red Wings will get a change with Zetterberg forcing Ratko Gudas. Tatar and Yurko come out along with Sheahan. This will be icing.
Very, very liberal icing right there, but the Red Wings will take it. 4:03 to go in the first. A pretty good period here. 9-9 shots on goal, but Detroit have had lots of opportunities. They've had good pressure. The Lightning haven't really been able to come out. There's a funny bounce that Bishop had no idea where it was off the stick of Darren Helm. And then Nyquist, point blank, he's had a boat full of those in the last 3 weeks, boy.
5 goals, 7 points the past 4 games for Nyquist, and 9 goals the past 9. Smith on defense with Lashoff is carried through by Tatar. Lifts one into Bishop. Couple feet over the net, but he didn't have to break stride on that one. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. On the right of your screen is retired Lansing judge Tom Brennan, wearing the jersey of the Legal Eagles, whose father Thomas, also here tonight next to him, founded the Cooley Law School in Lansing. And it was Tom who gave John Cooper, a former Lansing lawyer, his start coaching, because Tom's son was playing at Lansing Catholic Central and needed a coach. And he said, John, who was a lawyer in Lansing, can you coach? And John said, sure. And took his team to the state quarterfinals, was named Coach of the Year. And the next year, John Cooper was gone onto his path in the National Hockey League. He went from lawyer to National Hockey League coach, and all thanks to Tom Brennan. So, nicely done. Nice story.
I guess so. And they're happy with what he's done here in Tampa, but boy, this NHL coaching is different than all. Look out here.
Here's Yurko in all alone. Saved by Bishop. Yurko tries to dig the puck free. Centering one. Sheahan found room. And Bishop stopped that and held it out.
Boy, Thomas Yurko went to the backhand here. It looked like he tried to slide it through the 5-hole, and not my favorite move. Puck's rolling again. Never did get it settled down, but boy, when you get chances like this in the NHL, you really have to bear down to score goals. These goalies are too good. And a pretty good opportunity there, and the follow-up by Riley Sheahan, and Bishop a bit under siege right there for the 4th or 5th time here in the first period. And the good news for Detroit is they're getting second and third opportunities. Here's another one coming.
Here's Miller moving in, centering one, and it's knocked away. Carl just played it off the glass, and a bouncer back down. This will go over his stick, icing here, and the face-off will come back down. And just further, there's Drew Miller, and Drew Miller also grew up very close to the Brennan family in Lansing. They were neighbors, and Drew was telling me today that John Cooper was a coach for him in junior, so he'd known John through his entire life, knew the Brennan family all along, and one of Tom's sons wound up being a practice goalie with the Michigan State Spartans and grew up idolizing Ryan because he was taking shots on him. They score!
Bingo!
And it's Alfredsson again! He does it again!
John Cooper
to Tampa Bay!
Face-off, and Datsuk said the play.
And Daniel Alfredsson has just gone into second all-time in Swedish scoring.
Boy, Datsuk finds a way to find these nuggets. Unbelievable. I mean, this just looks like a bad bounce. Watch this puck off the net right here. It bounces off the net, off the defenseman's or Carl's skate, and right onto the stick of Datsuk, who is like looking in the back right there. Boom. Bingo. In the net. You can't give those guys that kind of time. And that guy's got a great release right there. Boom. Right into the top corner as Alfredsson goes by Mr. Lidstrom. Sorry, Nick. You're back home in Sweden watching this right now on tape delay, I'm sure.
And on that very same play, Pavel Datsuk picks up career point number 800 on the pass to Daniel Alfredsson.
You could almost see something like that coming with the pressure that Detroit's had. 12 shots on goal in the first period. And a lot more pressure than that shows.
Boy, he is just, we mentioned his 7-point night in here against Tampa Bay earlier. He gets the first goal of this game, and only Jaromir Jagr has scored more points against the Lightning in his career than has Daniel Alfredsson. Nyquist trying to get it over, knocked down by Palat, picked up though by Zetterberg. High slot, Nyquist, save made. Nyquist again through his skates, and St. Louis carries ahead for the Lightning.
They're on their heels. The home team right now.
Brought ahead by Eriksson for Helm. Takes a shot that Bishop will hold for a face-off with 1:40 to go.
All ahead full for Detroit here in the first period. All full throttle.
The Detroit Red Wings are raising the stakes with the 5th annual Detroit Red Wings Foundation Charity Poker Tournament, February 24th at Motor City Casino Hotel. Fans will have the chance to take on Wings players in Texas Hold'em. Get more information at DetroitRedWings.com/poker. So Daniel Alfredsson with the goal. Gets his 14th. That's third most on the Red Wings, tying Gustav Nyquist in that position. Zetterberg 16, Pavel Datsuk 15 with more.
Well, for a guy that's 41 years old.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good stuff.
Missed 12 games with injury. Yeah, I'd say he's having a pretty good season. Puck comes to center for Purcell. Eriksson rammed it around. Purcell got over to intercept, put it back toward the goal. Off the skate in front of Pyatt, right in on goal. I think so. Another shot that Howard will hold.
Boy, talk about a deja vu. Seen that before. In Florida the other night, Detroit was all over them in the first period. They scored with a minute to go on a penalty, coming out of a penalty box. That one hit the goalpost off the skate. The Palat. Holy mackerel. Woo.
Racing over to get it was St. Louis as Quincy flipped one in behind for Sheahan. Yurko, second effort, got the puck to center. Sheahan reaching back for it, left there, and now Tatar. Yurko to Tatar, creates some space, gets it back to DeKeyser. Dropped it back to the line for Quincy. That was blocked. DeKeyser got over to keep it in. Sheahan quickly to Tatar, but over his stick. 20 seconds in the period. Palat got it through, and the shot by St. Louis went harmlessly wide.
Pretty interesting. These kids, almost every shift, very rarely are they in any trouble. It's a different way to look at how well you're playing. And not only that, they're creating, this time's going to run out here, they'll let it. They're creating lots of stuff in the other end of the ice and not hurting you defensively. That's good stuff for Red Wing fans to watch these young players develop right in front of your eyes.
And our Ram intermission report, Daniel Alfredsson, second to only Matt Sundin in all-time scoring among Swedish-born players in the National Hockey League. We'll guess with Trevor as the Red Wings will be heading off to Sochi after this game tonight. So a lot more to come from the Tampa Bay Times Forum as the Red Wings outshoot the Lightning 14-10 and lead 1-0. And welcome back as Jimmy Howard and the Red Wings get set for period number 2. Jimmy will defend the goal to our left, and maybe or maybe not, he'll defend the goal in Sochi. It is all part of our Red Wing Player Fact, brought to you by Motor City Casino Hotel, along with Jonathan Quick and Ryan Miller, the 3 goaltenders for Team USA, the most wins by American-born goaltenders since the last Olympics.
That's pretty interesting.
What do you think the guy on the right's thinking, Mick?
He's thinking, I'm an unrestricted free agent. Time for me to get up into the category.
Like Quick and Howard are.
The dollars and cents.
Continuing on. Yeah.
That's very interesting, though, that Jimmy's won more games than the other two. I mean, it's not like the other two haven't played well. But Quick has been hurt a couple of times, missed a month, 5 weeks already this year. But he's so acrobatic, so athletic in the goal.
And his team and Miller with the team he's playing with, although many will tell you Ryan Miller's been the best goaltender in the league this year.
Right.
By many
Well, you notice
accounts.
here, you see Ben Bishop in the first period. He's a positional goaltender. Jonathan Quick is an acrobat in net. He's all over the place. And he's like a monkey on a high wire. But this big guy here, at his size, maybe that's why he plays that style.
Yeah.
He can cover a lot of ground without moving very far.
That's for sure.
Started out in St. Louis. Look out.
Lead pass is a beauty. Nyquist is in. And then he was cut off. Good defensive play by Radko Gudas.
They won't like the fact that they got through, though, with that pass. Another opportunity by that line, 48 and 14.
And this line that's out there now, as Bishop stops the Tatar shot, played about a minute and a half more, each of them, than Pavel Datsyuk did in the first period. He played just over 3 minutes. These guys were well over 5. And a big hit by Yurko.
Yurko hit the tough guy.
And Gudas is slow to get up.
He really is.
He's hurt. He's trying to shake that off. The man who concussed Franzen, there is Radko Gudas, who will be going to the Olympics for the Czech Republic, along with Palat.
He was a little slow.
But there's going to be a penalty to Yurko on that hit.
Oh, my. He was a little slow in making his play. Well, I guess you look at the replay and you can see why the hit comes, but he reminds me, he's got a little bit of Vladimir Konstantinov in this guy. I don't know if he's good. He got nailed pretty good. Half on the backside. Right-handed shooting defenseman, tough as nails. I don't think he's got the offense that Vladdy had. But boy, is he a tough guy to play against.
Yes, he is.
As Vladdy was.
Stolen here. Can Helm break free? Still going around Hedman.
Nice
Good
play.
defensive play by Hedman, who's been terrific this year. And John Cooper, coming over as coach to replace Guy Boucher, has told Hedman, don't be hesitant. You want to go, be assertive. And he's really taken the lead, and Victor Hedman has been terrific for Tampa on defense. He's got the puck now. Got it into St. Louis in the slot, and a save. Another shot. They score on the rebound. Palat. The Rookie of the Month in the National Hockey League in January continues to be hot.
Well, Hedman made the great play at the other end right there against Darren Helm. And then they came from that position down to this. And Kyle Quincy had got knocked down at the blue line. He barely got back into position. And he had two guys to cover. And a fortunate bounce right back on the stick of Palat. And he makes no mistake to tie this hockey game.
Power play goal for the Lightning, the first in 4 games by either team in this season series. As Palat gets his 13th goal and his 33rd point. Third most points among rookies coming into the game here tonight.
Look out here. Oh, wow.
Thompson had to go off his stick as Smith was back to check. Smith has to go over to get his stick as Hedman took a shot. Thompson tried to jam it. Swept away by Smith. Datsyuk couldn't come up with it. Another shot in that Howard will hold. So Andre Palat, who will head with the Czech Republic team to Sochi along with Gudas. There's what he did. 33 points as mentioned, third among rookies, plus 20, leads all rookie forwards in the National Hockey League. Pretty good for a 7th round pick. I think the Red Wings have mined some of those, as is Steve Yzerman now, learning from Ken Holland and company what good scouting will do. And even a 7th round, you can't overlook it.
Well, Steve came here 3 years ago. We talked about building this team through homegrown people, and they've had as many as 10 rookies in the lineup at any one time this year. They, like Detroit, have really had a lot of people down. And these youngsters for Tampa Bay have done an unbelievable job. Mind you, they've had a guy in goal who's been impeccable all year long, and that's given them a chance to win every night, Ben Bishop.
And that's what they kept searching for, was the goaltender. Here's Nyquist, passed across, and Zetterberg was checked on the way back by Barberio. Tampa with 6 rookies in their lineup tonight. The Red Wings have 4. And injuries have played a huge role in that for both sides. Taken away, and here's Gudas back in, but way offside with St. Louis, who was maybe expecting a pass and a lead there by Gudas that never came. Well, if a Detroit player like Henrik Zetterberg, let's say, gets a hat trick in this game, bring a copy of the scoring summary to a participating Arby's location tomorrow for your free small order of curly fries. You can find that scoring summary in your newspaper or on the Red Wings page at foxsportsdetroit.com. And yeah, Steve Yzerman was named Vice President and GM of the Lightning on May 25th, 2010. The 6th general manager in their franchise history. That is now 21 years. And Tampa's only beaten Detroit 8 times in 21 years. 3 times this year. Of those 8. Big hit.
Glendening.
As the Lightning try to get free, that's Kucherov, couldn't. And the play goes offside. Barberio took that hard hit.
Well, they've been selling out most of the time down here. They always sell out when the Red Wings are in town. Beautiful building. Pretty easy to come and go in this weather, though.
Yes. Shea and Yurko and Tatar. Three members of this Red Wing group. Of 14 playing in this game who played in the Calder Cup final. Deflected over top of the goal. And the goaltender who was to dress tonight but didn't, Cedric Desjardins, was in goal for Syracuse for all 6 games. Bishop got the call tonight, though, in goal. A bouncing puck goes back into the Lightning end. Grabbed by Pyatt across, and Barberio. Erickson across center and in. Mark Barberio played it ahead to center, and the Red Wings couldn't play it. Would have been too many men on the ice as Malone stepped in and sent a shot wide.
Would have been one of the stranger goals we've ever seen.
Brendan Smith goes to the backhand and plays it out to center. Brought back in by Malone. Thompson. Nate Thompson with it. Thompson has it again, trying to roll off Smith. Pavel Datsyuk got over to take it with a perfect pass ahead in full flight for Helm. Barberio cuts him off. Helm throws snow and cuts back with it. Left it at the line and a Quincy shot. With Alfredsson screening, Bishop stopped it. And the Lightning able to get it out to center ice by Malone, who's gone 12 games without a goal. Just 5 on the season for number 12 for Tampa. Danny DeKeyser moved it quickly to Helm. Around one man, saw a hit coming from Palat. St. Louis reached out to get it. Then gets the return pass. Knew right where to go with it. St. Louis dropped it back to Palat. And a shot off Howard's glove, and the Red Wings help him on the rebound. Nyquist and Zetterberg were back. Boy, can St. Louis fly. Since the 2010 Olympics for St. Louis, 311 points. Most of any player in the National Hockey League since the 2010 Olympic Games. And that's 18 more than Steven Stamkos, the second most. Mick told you in our open, St. Louis named by Steve Yzerman, and rightly so, to replace the injured Steven Stamkos. How about Finland without not only Filppula, but without Mikko Koivu as well? Zetterberg carries in. Put it toward the goal as Abdelkader got a piece of that, and St. Louis got it. To the line, and Good has kept it in. Loose in front of the net. And Kucherov couldn't bang it past Howard. And as Glendening ties up his man. Puck came free, but rolled back down in the tap end.
He dodged a major bullet there, boys. It was a bit of a sloppy play at the blue line. Didn't get it cleared.
Good play by Brewer. Tipped in by Brown. Howard shot it around for Drew Miller. Brendan Smith back to scoop. Anderson couldn't clear. Good coverage, though, by Miller to free the puck. Smith banked it off the boards, back to the Tampa line. Intercepted by Cronwall to Smith, too far for Glendening. Icing as a result of that.
Well, as Ken
Going down heavily, Barberio.
Pavel Datsyuk only played a little over 3 minutes. This is a little look at what Pavel does every game when he's in the lineup. He practices his little trickery and handling the puck, a lot of times with his head up in the air. That's the way we were taught to do it. Keep your head up and handle the puck, get the feel for it. And that's how he's so good at what he does at high speed with people trying to take your head off in this game. And he's as good as they get in today's game.
An assist on the Daniel Alfredsson goal in the first period for career point number 800. Joachim Anderson didn't get it out. Now another try with it. He'll make sure to do so. Cronwall to Smith.
I think Tampa Bay is halfway through this period with a lot of momentum going, especially after that power play goal, and they've been the better team here in the second period.
Palat played it ahead. Cronwall to Yurko. Tatar goes after it. First there is Salo. Picked up by Yurko around to Sheahan. Sheahan trailed there by B.J. Crombeen. Back to the point for DeKeyser. Hit a leg. Sheahan knocked down in front.
Look at these guys go.
Good play by Tatar to DeKeyser. And again, no rebound. Gobbled up by Ben Bishop. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit Plus, presented by Bell Tire.
Well, we've talked a lot about this guy, number 14. In his first full year, really, with the Red Wings. Scored a goal the other night that ended up being the winning goal. He's been finding the back of the net, right place, right time.
And looking at our Flagstar Bank Star Watch, that's how much he's been finding the net. Most of the National Hockey League since January 20th. 9 goals the past 9 games.
And 14 points in 10.
Want to send out a very happy 92nd birthday a week tomorrow to Ray Bronikowski, big Red Wing fan. So we'll be in our Olympic break. So happy birthday, Ray, coming up for 92. Puck's knocked away.
We'll take away.
Datsuk. And again, chipped it back for Alfredsson. Kicked it ahead. Datsuk's got it again. Knocked away from Alfredsson. Smith got over to keep it in. Ooh, a high stick. Came up on Helm. There's going to be a penalty here to Tampa Bay.
Well, Tampa Bay, I thought, did a really good job, even though Datsuk and Alfredsson and Smith on the near boards kept control of the puck several times, but they end up taking a penalty here against Darren Helm, who's been a buzzsaw all night. When he's healthy, nobody's faster, and yeah, that was a pretty good clip on the head, the right side.
It'll be the Red Wings' first Bell Tire power play of this game. Tampa Bay has already scored on a power play. Their first power play goal in their last 18 tries over 8 games for Tampa Bay. Point shot. Just wide of the goal. Alfredsson tries to jam it in Abdelkader and a couple of whacks at it. Abdelkader back to the line. Kronwall waits. Alfredsson took a shot, blocked. And cleared by the Lightning. So Palat, who got the power play goal, out there killing off some of this Red Wing power play with Tom Pyatt for Tampa. It's brought in by Zetterberg. Palat was there to intercept, had a stick in the lane. Kronwall back for Daniel Alfredsson. Abdelkader forced by Hedman. Alfredsson. Kronwall. Nyquist in for Zetterberg. Makes the play across to Kronwall.
Being rushed. They cannot get this thing settled down with time. Now they do.
Cross it comes for Zetterberg. Kronwall shoots one. Save Bishop. Rebound. It's still rolling around. Zetterberg back door. Tried to center. Couldn't get it there. Abdelkader picks it up. 40 seconds left. Man advantage Detroit. Point shot. Bishop stopped that off a drive from Alfredsson. Abdelkader went down along with Brown. Alfredsson tries to dig it free. Zetterberg did, tied up by Brewer. Back of the goal, good hustle Nyquist, but second effort, Tampa's Hedman clears it. Tampa's penalty killing, 23rd in the league, allowing just 6 power play goals. Their past 11 games coming into play tonight. Their penalty killing's been much better than their power play, although that's how they have their 1 goal this evening. Just over Datsuk's stick, who set up Alfredsson for the Red Wing lone goal at even strength. Yurko back to Sheahan, penalty over. Saved by Bishop off a Tatar shot. Yurko freed that puck with a good play for Sheahan. Tip back to the line to Kaiser, keeps it in and lets 1 goal that was blocked. Great work by Yurko. Gets the puck back from Sheahan.
Oh,
back in.
what a goal.
It's in.
What a
the back
goal.
of the net and out.
Oh,
what a
God.
shot. Red Wings in the lead, 2-1. The kids have done it again.
Oh, my. It was like a pinball machine out there between the hash marks. Oh, my goodness. What a backhander. Bishop, as big as he is at 6'7", he's on his knees. And look at that shot up underneath the bar. Absolutely had eyes. And these kids get rewarded. They've had a good 30 minutes of hockey. Nice play by Sheahan to recognize. And, boy, did they make a beautiful finish there to give them a lead again. Wow.
Well, it's a nice way for Thomas Yurko to head to the Olympics with his 3rd goal in his 19th game in the NHL. And the more and more we see Riley Sheahan, what a great distributor of the puck he is. We've seen him shoot against Montreal. What a great pass there. And Yurko, bar down.
Boy, oh boy, another look at the go-ahead goal. And Thomas Jurko got involved 4 times on this play. He retrieved the puck off opportunities. Here was the second or third time right there. Gets it to Sheahan. It got blocked. There's a pinball Michoud off of 21 up to DeKeyser. Off of 2 Tampa Bay guys. Who gets it again? 26 to Riley Sheahan to 26. And a finish. And the Who said the pinball wizards are alive and well, and the kids are all right. Is that pretty good by those guys?
Now I've
it
heard
fits
it all.
them both.
Now I've heard it all.
The Who knew what they were doing. They were just ahead of their time. They never heard of Jurko, Tatar, and Sheahan. They weren't born.
Anderson flipped it ahead out with Glendening and Miller. Miller getting it back. Off the side of the goal. He's got it again. Left it for Anderson, who gets the return pass quickly. Going back to get it his last shot. Off Alfredsson's stick. So the Red Wings, who opened the scoring, have their second lead of the game. 2 goals at even strength for Detroit. Tampa's on a power pace. St. Louis assisted on that one.
That should be an icing, no?
St. Louis Carl tried to knock it away. Johnson out there with Palat and St. Louis for Tampa Bay. As Kronwall fed up the middle for Helm with Datsyuk and Alfredsson. Gudas hit Alfredsson with outlet try, who left it there for Datsyuk. Took a shot, got blocked. Alfredsson in there to get the loose puck. For Helm. Helm still with it. Tried to center, couldn't do it.
Shoot the puck, Darren. Can score from there.
Palat over St. Louis stick. With the assist tonight for St. Louis since the last 16 games, he's got 18 points. And I say 16 since the first time he wasn't named to Team Canada on January 7th. He sure did.
He said, I'm going to show you.
Yeah. Here's Zetterberg back in front.
My.
Quick shot, just wide, but Quincy. Good hold at the line by DeKeyser. Nyquist in front, just wide, hoping Abdelkader could get there. Zetterberg gave Abdelkader the puck, but it went over his stick. Sent out by Carl to center ice. Turning inside the line is Purcell. DeKeyser with his reach got it past Pyatt. Zetterberg was checking Hedman. DeKeyser couldn't clear it around to Quincy. Abdelkader got it past Hedman to center, who recovered. Teddy Purcell. To Killorn. Drag back, save Howard, rebound clear. Point to Salo.
Some tired bodies out there right now.
And maybe even more so if this will be icing.
Yeah, it will be, and
just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
we're waiting to see if Mike Babcock calls his time out here. This group was on a long time. Yeah, he does take it, yeah. He waited as long as he could.
And Dan O'Halloran's done enough Red Wing games, I think, to know, and was just over there waiting at the bench there. Are you going to call this? Yeah, give me a second here.
He sniffed it out, yeah.
Well, same as last game against Florida. Did the same thing.
Yeah.
The icing, and no use holding it till the end.
Well, that was a difficult shift for the Zetterberg line there. And good pressure by Tampa. The defense were pressing, and they're a tired bunch.
1-800-HANSONS brings you the report card on post-Olympic Red Wings 06 and 2010. The best win percentage down the stretch of those 2 years when the Swedes won in 06. Canada, Mike Babcock won in 2010 in Vancouver. 81% win percentage combined for 06 and 2010, best in the NHL. They are only hoping that with some help and getting Stephen Weiss back to health, and maybe Johan Franzen at that point, that this team will be ready to roll come the 26th in Montreal. Just depends on which country parties the most after an Olympic win. We'll have to see. If the Red Wings only have to worry about Mike Babcock, that would be fine for Canada. Depending what the U.S. does with
well, I'd
Jim
say the
Howard.
top four are Canada, United States, Russia, and Sweden. Are the top four, at least.
For sure. You could have
From
gone with the Finns in goaltending until they lose Filppula and Koivu, and that's a big loss for them.
Yeah. On paper, I guess, but you don't win in hockey games on paper.
DeKeyser skated at the center and made sure to get over. Now the Red Wings can get a change.
And the kid's right back on the ice. The way they're playing, Mike's got to play the heck right out of them.
Well, that'll be we talked about many times, the silver lining to all these injuries. Is the playing time for others and sets you up well for next season. You know what your kids can do. Tatar drew a nice penalty there.
Yes, he did.
So when we come back, the Red Wings will head to a power play. On the left is Vlad Namestnikov. And on the right is his uncle, Slava Kozlov, who's Vlad's mother's brother. So there's Uncle Slava, who played 10 seasons with Detroit. In July 01, was traded to Buffalo with a first-round pick for Dominik Hasek. And Vlad Namestnikov grew up in Bloomfield Hills, played some hockey with Doug Brown's son Patrick and some of the Chelios boys while hanging out over at Cranbrook on occasion. But he's another one of those rookies in this Tampa lineup who's been called up due to all their injuries, making his National Hockey League debut tonight.
Well, if he can score like his uncle and big goals, he's going to be pretty darn good.
Oh, with Slava something in playoff time.
He
Look
sure
at those
was.
numbers. Red Wings on a Bell Tire power play. Tatar. Datsyuk. DeKeyser, the shot tipped and up into the netting and out of play. And as mentioned, last season, Grand Rapids took out Syracuse in 6 games to win the Calder Cup. Thomas Tatar, what a series he had, and look at all those in the game tonight.
15 guys. That's pretty amazing.
And again, their goaltender, who was a late scratch, Desjardins, played all 6 for Syracuse. Norfolk won the year before. At that time was with Tampa, affiliated, and then they switched affiliations, went to Syracuse. So 2 years in a row, Steve Yzerman's group has been in the Calder Cup final, but last year beaten by the Grand Rapids Griffins. So familiarity here for these two teams tonight. Datsyuk, along with Yurko and Sheahan and Tatar and DeKeyser. Cavill must be feeling older by the second. Datsyuk got it through as Tatar tried to play it back, didn't work. So DeKeyser with it. The Red Wings will get a change with 50 seconds left on their manpower advantage. Their second power play of the night. They scored a goal just after their previous power play had expired. Zetterberg carries in. Gudas able to pick up his stick. Kronwall to Alfredsson. Nyquist back to Kronwall, now to Zetterberg. Backhanded. And cleared by the Lightning. Well set up and just missed.
Good idea.
Yeah. Zablocator was covered. 15 remaining from the power play for Detroit as Alfredsson carries in. Took a shot that hit a stick and deflected up into the netting. So we'll get a face-off to the left of the Tampa goal. We'll entertain in style in a Red Wings premium suite that includes 20 tickets, game day access to the private Olympia Club, and more. Limited suites are available for the remainder of the season. And for pricing and more information, call 313-471-7441 during normal business hours. Henrik Zetterberg to take this face-off. 12 points the past 8 games for Henrik Zetterberg.
Only 11 home games left the rest of the year. Believe that?
Well, the way things had gone at home earlier.
Yeah, right.
They score! That was a strange angle goal.
Oh, boy.
An even strength goal. The penalty had expired.
Well, I think this puck hit a stick and bounced up over top of Jim. Yeah, it sure did. It hit one or two sticks, and Jimmy Howard couldn't find it right there. Very strange hop. He's kind of hurt.
They had gone off Abdelkader.
Erickson and Abdelkader were there trying to make the check, and it looked like they had everybody sealed off. So Pyatt gets the goal and ties the game on a very simple-looking, easy-looking play. You hate to give up goals like that.
Late stages of period number 2. Tyler Johnson. Oh, and another tip right in front and wide. As Palat kept it in for Johnson again, back into the slot, but Miller was there to get it to Anderson. Back to center for Johnson. Good skating forward and a fine rookie, Tyler Johnson. Second in rookie points with 36. Knocked down by Johnson again. Played in front, but knocked away before St. Louis could get to it. Datsuk played it back and goes to retrieve it. Datsuk carries in. Barberio got a piece of it to knock it aside. Alfredsson to Erickson. Good hold in for Helm. Helm trying to stay with it, but Pyatt with it. Right in front of the goal.
What a
Good
save
stop
that was.
by Bishop. Knocked away by Brewer. Here's Datsuk, played it back. Alfredsson. Behind Datsuk. Killorn. Alex Killorn goes wide to his right, lifts one high. Sheehan around one. Over to Tatar. Tatar turning. Last shot. Shot it high. Didn't want to get it blocked. Smith stepped into Brown. Tatar sent it wide of the goal. Gudas with a quick feed ahead to Kucherov. Stays with it. Shooting! And Howard's got that. Oh, Nikita Kucherov. Second round pick from 2011 with a good opportunity there.
Strange looking play. Lucky not to be offside, but they end up with a great scoring chance out of it, no matter how you cut it. And there was a great stop by Bishop again on Daniel Alfredsson. Make that Glendening right-hand shot.
Zetterberg and Johnson. This will be icing.
It shouldn't be icing. It shouldn't be icing. That'll be called back. One referee picked it, or one linesman picked it up, the other one didn't.
So the faceoff will be at center. Mentioned Tyler Johnson and what a great season he's having with 36 points, second in rookie points, and the winning goal over the Red Wings in the 3-0 win. And just like Marty St. Louis, he's not big. He's just 5'9", St. Louis 5'8", both undrafted players into the National Hockey League. And Johnson looks to have a great career in front of him, and he was just a kid when Mike Babcock was coaching junior out in Spokane. And very familiar with him, Mike Babcock, and his mom was a figure skating coach out that way, and maybe that's why he's such a great skater. Bill Peters coached him too, thought he was just a terrific player.
Well, like little guys can play. It was harder for little guys to play in years past, but in the last 5 years, the rules, the way they are played and called in this game, make it so much easier for a smaller player to be successful and productive.
What do they usually say? A little guy has to prove he can play, a big guy has to prove he can't.
I guess, yeah. But I mean, in the old days, Marcel Dion was not a big guy, but he certainly proved a lot of people wrong with his size and what he's accomplished over his
Howard holds on.
illustrious career.
Yeah. But Marcel was just, he was a brick.
Yes, he was.
Tough to
Yeah, he was.
knock off the puck.
He weighed, he was 190, 195 pounds and had big solid legs on him. And St. Louis
Just loves to prove people wrong all the time. And that's why he was, and rightly so, I guess, a little bitter he wasn't picked. But
went to Calgary in the beginning, and he went for a lot less money than he could have gotten. He said, I just want a chance to play. Nobody drafted him. Nobody wanted him. And Calgary, I think it was Al Coates at the time, said, well, we'll give you a chance, but we don't have any money left. He said, I'll go anyway. That's where it started 15 years ago, and here's where it's ended up today. What a career.
another 20-goal season for the 10th time, and
Scored a lot of
leading
goals.
scorer last season in the league. Done that before. Coming up in our intermission report, brought to you by MGM Grand Detroit. Talk about the Wings' young defense core. As this game is all tied up at 2 after 40 minutes of play, with the Red Wings holding the edge in shots over Tampa Bay 26-21. Alfredson and Yurko have scored goals for the Red Wings. Palat and Pyatt for Tampa. Jimmy Howard has made 19 saves. Ben Bishop has made 24. It's a 2-2 tie. Fourth game of the season series, and fourth game these two teams have been tied after 2. Tampa Bay's won the first 3 meetings, 1 in regulation, 1 in overtime, 1 in a shootout. Now the Red Wings need one win, as in 2 points. Trailing Tampa Bay by just 5 points coming into play tonight, the last game prior to the Sochi break. This will be icing in the face-off with 11 seconds gone in the third. Back into the Detroit zone, and the Red Wings on a 2-game winning streak and 3-0-1. Their past 4 games. Tampa Bay has lost 2 straight and 4 of 5.
Yeah, you've been on a roll if you're Detroit, and you don't want to let that off the gas, even though you got 2.5 weeks off from competition in the NHL again. You'd like to finish it off with a good game here tonight, or with points is the important thing. At least 1 point here tonight that I think they really need to get, especially with Tampa Bay being only 5 ahead for that guaranteed playoff spot before the game started.
There's a shot wide of the goal by Nyquist. Zetterberg threw it in front of the net and tipped wide. John Cooper of the Lightning's gone back to Palat, Johnson, and St. Louis. A line that had normally been together up against the Zetterberg unit. Here's Abdelkader with a shot. And again, Bishop on his knees, still taller than the goal when he sits straight up.
That may have been Abdelkader's most shots on goal in his career. He had 5, and there's number 6 right there. Boy, oh boy. He's going to the net, and this line again has been very dangerous, along with the kid line. We've been all over Tampa Bay in the first 40 minutes at different junctions. But for Detroit, you just want to keep it going, because Philadelphia's gotten hot after they beat Detroit a few weeks ago. They've hardly lost, lost 1 game since. Ottawa continues to play very well. The Rangers have played well. Toronto's winning again tonight, so they won tonight. It's over. Okay.
Yurko with a backhand. Sheahan's got it. Carried back through. Kucherov has it, centered one off Howard. Brought on here by Yurko. And that went into the bench area and back out, so the faceoff come back to center, and with updated standings as of Toronto's win tonight.
Yeah, they had a 6 o'clock start there. No late games tonight, actually, because of the break starting and all that stuff.
Montreal winners tonight.
But again, Detroit has 3 games in hand on Toronto right now. This will be 1 tonight, so they only have 2 after tonight. They got 2 on everybody else except Montreal, and they're tied with Tampa Bay, 57 games apiece coming into tonight's game. So they do have a bit of wiggle room, but nonetheless, they've had a nice run, 14 out of 20 points. And it's a good thing they did, because with these other teams getting hot, if they hadn't have, they would have been way down. This will be an icing. But they found a way with these young kids coming in for all these injuries to get the job done. Gustafson's done a tremendous job, Ken, in relief of Jimmy Howard when he's come in.
And Riley Shane, you think Grand Rapids during the break?
Riley Shane will go down, or at least the plan is for him to go down. The American League All-Star break is on right now, or the game is going to be played right away, and Shane will go down after that and play some.
Glendening can't
really
because he
good.
played too much, so maybe at the end. And Stephen Weiss may play a bit for Grand Rapids just prior to the Red Wings returning to get some games in, maybe just the weekend before.
Riley Shane has matured. I mean, it's short-lived. I mean, you don't make a career in 3 weeks.
Brought through by Helm, then he gets checked by Hedman.
But from what we've seen out of Riley Shane, boy, you got to love, if you're a Red Wing fan, that's offside, what this young man has done. And, you know, when he came here a month ago, he looked like he was intimidated by the situation. He doesn't look like that anymore. He looks very comfortable, like he belongs, like he fits, and he can compete at this level. I remember thinking as a kid, I don't know if I'm good enough to play with these guys. These are NHLers. And then you get a chance to compete against them and with them, and you wake up one day and say, you know what? If I work hard, I think I can be here. I belong here. I just got to stay the course and work your tail off. And Riley Shane has certainly done that in a month here in Detroit. He's been really good.
Yes, he has. Remember, he came in the absence of Anderson, who's out there now with an injury.
Another icing, maybe.
Smith will go back to get it. Hot on his tail is B.J. Crombeen. He played 5 seasons in St. Louis, where his dad played 5 years with the Blues. Mike Crombeen played for Red Berenson way back in the early 80s in St. Louis. Brewer with a shot. Off a body and wide. Howard scrambling to get back into position. There's Crombeen digging for it. As Tampa's gone with 12 forwards tonight. Normally, they go with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen more often than not. And I saw Steve Thomas, who changes the forwards, said it'll be an easy night for me. I'm not used to just rolling 4 lines.
Well, did he have a nice goal in the Alumni Classic?
Didn't he? Nice shot.
Sure was.
Vintage Stumpy.
He always could shoot him.
Yep. Puck poked in back of the goal. Johnson a wraparound try. Howard got over to cut it off and a hold on. Boy, not a long reach for Tyler Johnson. Maybe the tighter nets help a little bit. Not a big guy, but had a good opportunity there on the wraparound.
Well, you can't afford, if you're Detroit, to have another goal go in like this. It's really, they don't work an awful hard for it. And it's a good thing they got that baby covered up, because the second goal is one you'd probably like to forget about. A bad angle, funny bounce, and it somehow finds a way to get through Jimmy Howard.
Paul Boyer smoothing out the edges.
Those blades hit those goalposts, and they can put an edge on them. And the goaltender, he stumbled there. You noticed he was scrambling to get back in. He stumbled there, and maybe that was the problem. He lost an edge.
Good draw by Detroit as Cronwall ahead for Abdelkader. Skip past.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
That play should never be called icing, because the defenseman came up and challenged Abdelkader when he could have played the puck. And that's usually the criteria they use, but not this time. See him here? He's playing Abdelkader when he really committed himself to that instead of just taking the puck. And that's a lot of those plays that would 9 times out of 10 not be allowed.
Off the backboards, taken by Nyquist to Abdelkader. Got knocked down at center. Play to an open wing as Jonathan Ericsson sees the opportunity to move it. Radko Gudas with a lead pass. Johnson had it taken away. Zetterberg back in, 1-on-3. Radko Gudas plays it safely to center. Skip pass, St. Louis in a race. Howard got there, pumped it near side. St. Louis, good job of checking as Palat's got it. Back to the line and a shot. Howard to save. Rebound, Abdelkader. Sends it ahead for Nyquist. Too far for him. Palat to Johnson. Lead pass, Victor Hedman on the right wing, the defenseman. Slithered it deep. Brown taken to the boards by Lashoff. Kucherov to the line to Hedman. That went off the stick of Yurko. Brown to the line to Salo. Now Tatar.
Nice fake.
For Brendan Smith. Couldn't play it ahead to his stick. Brought back in by Nikita Kucherov. Checked by Sheahan. Trying to reach in for it was Nemestikov. Then Tatar got it to center. Then he intercepts. Then he got closed off. And it's called on the offside at the Tampa blue line. A reminder to be part of the excitement when the Red Wings return from the Olympic break. See them face off against Minnesota on March 23rd or Montreal on March 27th. Go to DetroitRedWings.com now for tickets or call 313-471-7575 during normal business hours. First game back home will be March the 6th against Colorado. Nick Lidstrom retirement jersey night. What a night that'll be. The Avalanche haven't faltered much from their strong beginning. A little bit, spurts here and there, but they've hung with it. Helm clears it in. Gudas first back. Skip past Datsuk, held in by Quincy. Lifted a stick by Datsuk, and now on a second try, Tampa clears it.
Detroit's got to get back to some pressure on these dump-ins like this. That's where they were most successful the first 40 minutes.
Helm centering feed for Alfredsson, hit a leg. Datsuk got over to get it. Datsuk hook, penalty upcoming here. It'll be to Purcell. Comes back to Kronwall. Look for a redirect in front. The Red Wings are going to head to a Bell Tire power play, their third of the night. Their 14th in the season series against Tampa Bay, and looking for their first power play goal in 14 tries against the Lightning.
A good time for it. Pavel Datsuk doesn't look any worse for wear. He got caught awkwardly here, and it's because of his wizardry with the puck that they end up taking a penalty here. Yeah, see what happened there? He didn't hook him. He shoved him in the back of the right knee and almost sent him flying, backwards. And that was the penalty call. I don't know if they called it tripping. Okay. It's a dangerous play when you touch the back of a player's leg, high or low. You lose your balance and fall back. Falling backwards is always more dangerous than forward. Usually, anyway.
5:55 gone in the third. Face-off win by Tampa and down the ice. Red Wings Bell Tire power play. Zetterberg kicked it ahead to Nyquist. Abdelkader over for Alfredsson. Kronwall. Alfredsson. Back to Kronwall. Abdelkader was in front trying to screen.
There were two guys there. Actually, I don't know how that puck didn't get through. Boy.
Nyquist stays with it. And again, Nyquist is in. And nowhere to go, though. Daniel Alfredsson back here to Kronwall. Zetterberg far side. Gives it to him. Put it toward the front of the net. It's caught up in the equipment.
Salo's got it. He's holding it.
That's what they're yelling. Holding the puck. Yeah. Abdelkader's got it. Shoved to the boards by Salo. Gives it back to Zetterberg around to Nyquist. Back for Alfredsson. Left point, right shot. Didn't handle it cleanly. That allows a break here. Ahead to Brown. Hedman with them. Hedman shoots it. Howard out to stop that.
Oh, my.
Boy, Tampa's got 6 shorthanded goals in the year. That's more than their previous 5 seasons combined, and then another great chance.
This was an interesting play because they were looking for the play to be made across the front, and Kronwall took it away. They wanted the slam dunk. Look at this. Wide open. And I mean wide open was Palat. And Hedman wanted to go there, but he was forced to take a shot, and Jimmy Howard stoned him.
So the kids are back out with Datsuk and DeKeyser. Half-minute left in the power play for the Red Wings. Tatar mishandled at center. Johnson skates away to St. Louis. St. Louis, who is a pretty good penalty killer. Datsuk skates it through. Johnson gets checked by Sheahan. Cleared by Brewer. That'll do it. So the Red Wings 0 for 3 on the power play tonight, 0 for 14 in the season series. Still tied at 2s, just over 8 gone in the third. Chipped through by Miller. Up with Glendening and Anderson. Miller knocks it down. Miller checked by Thompson, who goes down. Glendening, centered one just behind Anderson. Wide open, Quincy. Fires, saved by Bishop. Quincy again, backhanded it deep. First on it is Joachim Anderson. Taken out of the play by Gudas. Hedman around to Malone, checked by Quincy. Good pressure here, Detroit. Gudas with a little space, backhanded one off the glove of Glendening, who played it, so no hand-to-hand. Now Miller with a chance, Glendening in front. Miller scoops it back in. Klein's had it in the Tampa zone the whole time. Miller still with it. Finally just sent down ice by Crombeen. Red Wings will get a change, Lightning to follow suit. DeKeyser, lead pass, Sheahan, full flight. Sheahan pulls back, shoots, oh, Bishop to save. Tatar had it intercepted.
Dangerous.
Boy, Tatar to play like that earlier in the year, remember?
Yes, he did.
Same play at the line and a big hit on Brendan Smith.
Wow.
Little groggy on birthday 25. He make his way immediately to the Red Wing bench. Puck to the corner. Grabbed there by Kucherov. Knocked down at center by Cronwall. J.T. Brown played one back to Barberio. Brown to center. Back for Kucherov. To the line to Salo. Johnson in front alone. No, up the goal post. Didn't go through. Boy, great chance for Nikita Kucherov, and he couldn't bury it between the posts past Howard. Now Zetterberg's got it. Still with that puck. So the goal post stops the Lightning from the lead. Nyquist stays with it. Got the shot off a stick of Brewer and up into the protective netting and out of play. Face off in the Tampa zone when we come back. Good thing it's not at center ice because of that.
Half a period to go here, half period left, and AT&T U-Verse Reverse. Take a look at the work of the youngsters here tonight. 15, 21, and 26 have been really, really good for the Red Wings. They've created all kinds of problems for the Lightning and Ben Bishop. They've gotten the second goal, the backhander there. When you put the puck up against the goaltender's left arm that he catches with, they're not going to stop it. And Yurko and the boys did it there, and it's got a 2-2 game here with 9:18 to go in the third. AT&T U-Verse Reverse.
Killorn back to Purcell. Just as he's about to shoot, Datsuk got a stick in. Gudas blocked in front. There's DeKeyser had knocked it down. Here's Alex Killorn. Played it back, but Helm with an intercept, then knocked down by Purcell. Alfredsson regained control, too far for Helm. Radko Gudas. Datsuk knocked down his attempted feed to clear. Yurko with him. Helm, Yurko, shot! Oh, was that ever fast and just wide. That came off his stick like a rocket.
Sure did.
Bishop collided there with Helm. Cronwall wanting an interference on their side. Halloran saying, let's all keep playing. Let's settle down both you teams.
That could have been called either way.
Yeah. That's what Cronwall wanted. He had his hands out asking.
Just like the hit on Brendan Smith could have been called either way.
Here is Smith for Yurko. Tatar forced the issue. Sheahan over to try to take it away. Look at him get up in the air to settle that puck down. Lashoff trying to find it. Tatar played it back.
Don't go back there.
Eric Brewer, former Olympian. Here comes Tatar. Zetterberg with him. Tatar pulls it back, waits, shoots! And Zetterberg ran into Bishop.
I guess he did.
And there's no call on the ice from the referees. As inadvertent as that was, and Henrik Zetterberg, you know, isn't that type of player.
Well, you'd have to see it again to see if Bishop embellished this. Great A scoring chance by Tatar. We'll be back. Henrik Zetterberg doesn't go to the penalty box. Thomas Tatar doesn't score. Ben Bishop isn't hurt. And there's the reason why he moved towards Zetterberg. Zetterberg with the defenseman tied up. Tatar with the shot. It all happened at once. The referees decided no harm, no foul to anybody involved.
And that's a veteran ref, Dan O'Halloran, who made the non-call, but you can almost guarantee, Mick, that had the puck gone in on Tatar's shot, the goal would have been waved off.
Probably.
And incidental contact, and maybe no penalty, but no goal. A loose puck. Nyquist trying to hustle to get it. He made the play on Salo. Nyquist speed came into play there.
This is
And
really...
he got all tied up with the linesman as St. Louis couldn't break through. Well, Tim Hortons brings you the upcoming game schedule after the Olympic break. The Red Wings will be at Montreal, and then the return of Daniel Alfredsson to face his good pal Erik Karlsson and the Ottawa Senators. So two teams in the hunt right there with Detroit, and two very key games for you coming up on Fox Sports Detroit, back-to-back just after the Olympic break.
Yes.
Which will be 16 days. Here's Gudas. Datsuk. Over to Alfredsson. Datsuk back of the net, centering one. Helm kept it in. Then lost control of it. Rifled back by Lashoff. Off the dasher and down. A lift to the stick by Alfredsson. Matthew Carl around for Crombeen. The rookie Gudas. Hit a stanchion, bounces down for Brendan Smith. Felt pressure on the backhand, had it knocked down. Yurko flying past Barberio. And Brewer slipped it back near side. Kucherov sent it ahead. Lead pass for Brown. With Nemestikov loose in front of the goal, bouncing puck. Nemestikov went back to the line with it, Barberio. Lightning have it, hit was Brown by Yurko. Barberio off Tatar. Tatar poked it away. Kronwall to center, and the rest of the way into the Lightning end, get the Red Wings to change.
So mad scramble for a point. Actually, really for both of these teams, they would love nothing better to at least get 1 point here tonight. With all these other teams closing in on them.
Anderson back of the net, poked it for Miller. Miller tied up by Tom Pyatt. Miller to the front of the goal. DeKeyser the shot. Save made. Glendening's stick was held. Another shot hit a leg as Miller let it go. DeKeyser hustles in on Brown. Miller came loose in the slot to the line and kept in by Quincy. Glendening got a piece of it. And again, Purcell cleared it. Quincy again held it in with help from Miller. Barberio just says enough of this and clears it away. DeKeyser forced back by Teddy Purcell. Skates at the center, hacked at and whacked at and got across center and in. Nyquist with Zetterberg and Abdelkader. Zetterberg for Abdelkader. Let's go Red Wing chant here. Trying to outdo the Lightning chant.
Well, you got to make sure here now, 4 minutes to go. Everything has to go ahead, not back. If you're both these teams, you cannot go across the ice or back. And Bishop's going to hold this. He likes to do that. And we'll take a break to wrap it all up for you. 3:43 to go. 2-2 it is.
For the second straight game back, Pavel Datsyuk's played the wing rather than center. A little less skating at both ends of the ice and coverage down low. And Motor City Casino Hotel brings you his ice time. Already played about a half minute more than he did 2 nights ago against the Panthers. In his return, his season average still well below that, as would be expected. But that's a good thing. Hopefully he won't overdo it over in Sochi.
Yeah. The captain of the Russian Olympic team. What a great honor.
Could see him on a line with Ovechkin. Got some choices there, though, with Malkin and some others.
No kidding.
Here's Purcell. Killorn and Alfredson. Alex Killorn's got it. And he was checked, forced wide by Eriksson. The centering pass, close for Killorn, he scores!
Board battles. And Tampa Bay found a way to win it. And there was some confusion in front of the net. Right here. With both Kronwall and Eriksson on Purcell, and Killorn was left alone. Jonathan Eriksson got hooked a little bit there. That opened the door for it. Killorn finishes it off with 3:11 to go. Boy, a goal like that hurts. That came from a simple dump in, and everybody seemed to be covered, but Tampa Bay found a way to get possession and get it to the front of the net.
So the Lightning with the lead for the first time in the game. Palat goes wide with it, centering one. Johnson was all alone in front, but he couldn't get to the puck. Marty St. Louis gets checked. Good job by Quincy. Johnson picks up the loose puck. It's underneath. Quincy took an elbow to the face. Johnson out of the crowd with it, in for St. Louis. Johnson back of the net, draped to the boards by Quincy. No call. Fans wanted one. Here's Zetterberg. Fans still hollering. A sellout crowd of 19,000 plus here. Zetterberg knocked it down. Abdelkader. Grabbed by Namestnikov to center. In his NHL debut tonight. Got it through to Kucherov, to Namestnikov, and it's blocked. Feels like you're getting ready for Sochi with those calls already.
Yeah.
Knocked down by Sheahan at center. Yurko trying to bust through.
He's had 6 guys on the ice, got away with it.
Hedman, long pass through. Last shot getting back.
Penalty shot.
His knockdown was Kucherov.
Guaranteed penalty shot.
It is.
Is it St. Louis? No. Yeah, you could see that call coming with the grab. In today's game.
So including playoffs for the 16th time, Jimmy Howard is going to face a penalty shot. Only Luongo and Miller have faced more since he's come into the National Hockey League. So 10 for 15, including playoffs. He needs a big save here on Nikita Kucherov. And he does it. Big stop there. 11 for 16 for Jimmy Howard. 2 for 2 this season.
And he certainly took his time getting in there. Got his trapper just a piece of it before it got in front of the goalpost.
Remember, he stopped David Booth.
He didn't bite for any of it. Stayed with him. So the Red Wings have a chance to come back and tie with 1:36 to go. They've used their timeout.
So Johnson and Zetterberg, they'll leave them both in. Well, they're really being patient now. Red Wings control that face-off. Eriksson ahead for Nyquist. Howard edging out. Batted away. If the Lightning touch, it'll be a hand pass. The Red Wings do to negate it. Howard now, not yet. Alfredsson across center. Howard to the bench. Empty net for Detroit.
They get that extra body in there.
Lightning have it.
They don't.
And off to an open wing. It's Palat. Cross center. Scores. His second of the night will seal the deal.
They never got the extra skater involved in the play. The dump-in was made. They only got one guy there, and the puck was turned over. Tampa Bay had the second man there quickly. Nice play by Johnson. Lots of open ice, and no mistake there. But this is a tough loss for Detroit to take, and a huge, huge win for Tampa Bay, who has really been struggling. And this game was anybody's game up until 4 minutes ago.
So the Red Wings' only chance to beat the Lightning in the season series will come at the Joe on March the 30th. As Tampa will have taken 2 in regulation, 1 in overtime, and 1 in a shootout. Unless we got a miracle ending to come as Miller moves in. Howard back in net. Salo and Johnson assisting on the Palat goal. 18:57, the time of the goal. It makes it 4-2. As Smith for Sheahan. Bishop, who was a question mark to start this game, but sure made some big stops and not a question mark in the end. As the league's tallest netminder stood tall tonight, making 30 saves.
He could have been had tonight. He was awkward right from the beginning. Detroit had lots of chances. Weren't able to get any more than 2 on him, and this is going to leave a sour taste in your mouth if you're a Red Wing fan, and for this team, as good as they've been lately. They're going to end up with 14 out of 22 points with that 11-game string with 5 straight at home starting towards this break. But this game was theirs to take tonight, and one way or another, it wasn't to be.
Tampa stops a 2-game losing skid. The Red Wings' first loss in 3. As Tampa Bay will pick up just their 3rd home victory their past 9 games and pull 7 up on the Red Wings. That's your 4-point thing. When you came in just 5 behind, could have been 3, but and slips to 7.
And Montreal wins and Toronto wins, and you know that's all well and good. But like every night, running down this stretch while you're in this kind of a logjam, you're going to get this kind of a situation. And the unfortunate part, Ken, as this clock runs out, is that these points we're here to have tonight, and the Red Wings let them get away, or at least let one get away, and that's the unfortunate part there.
So the updated standings with Tampa getting 2 more points to try to keep pace with Boston, who a big win over Ottawa this afternoon. Montreal winning, Toronto winning. The good news is that Carolina playing Montreal lost, Ottawa playing Boston lost. So that's the good news, that the Red Wings are still where they are.
Yeah, it has been a great run, as I said. 14 of 22 points in the last 11 games, and our Miller moment comes not many moments ago as the Red Wings got fouled up in front of their net. Loose pucks, puck battles. Tampa Bay won it and got themselves a little bit of a gift, and that was all they needed. Winning goal there by Killorn, 4-2 final. But all in all, the Red Wings had a great run in the last 11 games. They can be proud about that, and maybe sets themselves up for a nice last quarter in the